I'm going to explain about the division between legislation and subsidiary legislation. Legislation, it has been known as a statutory law that has been initiated or promulgated by any kind of government, even by parliament. It refers to a single law or even a group body of initiated law. For the subsidiary legislations, it is any proclamations, rule, regulations, order, notification, bylaw or other instrument made under any ordinance, enactment or other instrument enactment or other lawful authority and having legislative effect. For the division between legislation and subsidiary legislation. For the legislations is statutory law, which is law that has been published by legislative assembly. Subsidiary legislation is subject to the approval of the council, which can take through either the positive procedures. Second is direction of various instruments create beneath or by virtue of any ordinance. Subsidiary legislation prescribed or alternative instruments create underneath or by virtue of any ordinance and having legislative result. For the legislations, the performance and procedures are primarily the responsibility of the legislative assembly. Subsidiary legislation, it is may be brought indirectly to relocate the state of affairs while not the requirement to endure the parliamentary procedures. Legislation is a right and responsibility of the individuals and authorities to whom the legislation applies. Subsidiary legislation is the power to the agencies for practical reasons. Next is legislation is regarded as one of the three main functions of the government, which are often distinguished under the doctrine of the separation of the power. Subsidiary legislations, it is present of the information and experience. It saves the parliament's time and is a lot of versatile than act of parliament. For the similarities between legislation and subsidiary legislation are that both are written law, which is written law is the most important source of law, much influenced by the English law as the Malaysian legal system. It's a many characters of the English legal system. Both of them are subject to the federal constitution and not supreme, which is made by parliament have this legislative effect.
Written law is most important sources of law in Malaysia. Written law includes federal constitution. It consists of many articles which provide for the following, which are the name, states and territories of federation, religion of federation, supreme law of federation, fundamental liberties, citizenship. Second, financial provisions, state constitutions. It consists of provision listed in the Act scheduled to the federal constitution. Third, legislation. Legislation refers to laws enacted by a body constituted for this purpose. In Malaysia, laws are legislated by the parliament at federal level and by the various state legislative assemblies at state level. Lastly, subsidiary legislation. In subsidiary legislation, the Interpretation Act 1967 defines it as any proclamation, rule, regulation, order, notification, by law or other instrument made under any ordinance, enactments or other lawful authority and having legislative effect. Subsidiary legislation made in contravention of either a parent act or the constitution is void.
Question C. This question will provide two answers. If you want to prosecute, you have to prosecute in the civil court, not in Sharia court. Based on one seminar that gives resolution on the suggestion of expressing the involvement of Muslim and non-Muslim together. Civil crime or Sharia crime to be judged with fairness and punishment that was the crime. If in the two person, man and woman, have a sex, but one of them is in a non-Muslim, they still should be prosecuted and punished if they are convicted. But if they have to be prosecuted, they need to relate it to the civil court, not the Sharia court. Case above, both of them are not Muslims, so their case would be taken to the civil court to be discussed. They can be prosecuted for breaking the bylaw of MPKB, which already state on the notice board at the park.
Lastly, the council should give them an advice not arrested them. MPKB should first present evidence that they arrested in the park do an improper act before arrested them. If non-Muslim do the indecent acts in the park, the MPKB should advise them. The reason is because to avoid any problems that will occur in the future that can make the non-Muslim community uncomfortable.